Hello everyone, this is Hina and welcome to another tutorial of Digital Marketing. Today we are going to design a sports flyer like this, and this has been designed by me. So for now I thought to do a tutorial on this. So let's start now from scratch. So first of all, I'm going to create a new document here. The document size is A4 and bleed is 0.125. Color mode is standard CMYK that is recommended for printing, and the standard resolution is 300 ppi. So I want to go with these settings now. So it would be look like, as you have seen, the below part is the ground and the upper we have applied some background. So let's start now. I am taking this rectangular tool. So I'm using this tool here and applying some color to it, like green, and I use this color of green. This is the default green color of Illustrator. I'm going to the effect section here and going to this texture. I want to apply some ground texture here, so I'm using the grain here. So the intensity of the grain will remain high and the contrast level will also be high, that is around 96, and grain tabs would be soft. So I want to go with these settings, press OK, and it would be look like this after doing these things. Now if you want to change the color, then you can also use this one, because this is so similar to the ground color. And now what I'm going to do, I am creating a ground lines. Before doing this, I want to increase the height of this flyer, so it would be look like this. If you want, then you can also reduce a little bit, just adjust the absolute height of this ground. And now we are going to apply a simple stripes, and that is basically the ground lines that we want to draw. And here you can make it little thin and change the color to grayish whitish gray, like this here, and the stroke color will be in same color but with one point. Now if you can go into the window, and here you can find the brushes, and like this here my brushes are intact, so I'm going here, and here I'm using this charcoal feather. This is the default brush of Adobe Illustrator, so I want to use this to apply a texture of ground lines and edges of this line. So you can see it would look like this. Now what I'm going to do, I'm taking my direct selection tool and now dragging it to right and dragging it to left. Okay, so it will create a more here you can see check your direct selection tool. So now what I'm going to do, I'm just reducing the thickness of this line to around 60%, so it would be look like this after doing these things. Now place it in the center of your ground and like this here, and now we have to do the similar things for the bottom lines. It will be above the bottom, so what I'm going to do, I'm applying the same effect here again with the same color, so and place it above the bottom of this ground. So it would look like this. If you think it is too thick, then you can reduce the height of this and it will look like this. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just aligning it to middle using my align tool, and here I want to use a simple oval like this, and just removing this fill color from here and applying this charcoal feather texture to it, and placing it to the middle of the ground. So it would look like this. Now we have to create a football. I want to create a football. This is the absolute vector football. So for this I am taking this polygon tool here like this. Now turning this stroke color to black and the fill color to white, or otherwise I'm using the whitish gray. So I want to use this one. Here you can do one more thing, you can just copy it and drag it down in the same way, and now you can create multiple copies like this, and here I want to keep it here, and taking the another copy of this, and now we have to arrange the pattern like a zigzag. So it would be, make sure everything is properly aligned and well equipped. So I'm using this alternative points and now changing the color to black just to apply a fill color of a ball pattern. So now you can take it to the right side, select, and you can drag it to right side just like this. Now if you want, I want to create one more layer to this, so I'm taking this one and taking it to right side just like this. So it would be looking like this after doing these things. So now what I'm going to do, I'm just reducing it to 33%, so it will be quite easy for us to work around this. And here I want to go into the object and expand it like this, and here going to the effect, and here I'm using the warp and bulge, and turn on the preview mode so you can easily look around how the things are going. Here I want to make it 8. No, I want to use simple 8%, and the horizontal would be around 5%. So we are going with these settings now. Now selecting each and everything together and make a little angle of 45 degrees. So just rotate it around, and now take a simple ellipse tool and drag a simple ellipse by pressing shift key, and turn off this fill color, and stroke color will remain black here like this. Take it here, arrange it accordingly, and if you think the lines are, so what I can do, I can just increase it. Now one more thing, I have to crop it up, and now I am taking it here like this and just making a clip mask, so it would be look like this. Now I am going into the effect, stylize, and feather it with 0.1 inches. Preview it just to create a realistic illusion to this ball. Okay, so now I am reducing the size of the ball and placing it here and moving back to 100%, so it would be look like this. I think we have to do something else as well. Just reduce down the size, place it in the middle, and now go into the effect, stylize, and drop the shadow to this ball. Now we are going again to 66%, so it will be easy for us to walk around. And now you can take this ellipse tool again, and here I am using this black color, go into the effect and then stylize, feather, and here you can use 0.4 inches. It would be look like this, and might be the 0.5, and here I will place it here and reduce the opacity to 40, or it might be the 60%. Keep it arranged and bring it front, so it would be look like this. Now you can just make a little elevation to this shadow, take it under the ball, so it would look like this. Now what I'm going to do, I have to work on the upper part, and here I'm using this simple background clear like this, and I'm applying the simple gradient from gradient tool, and here I'm changing the value of this gradient. I'm taking this gradient and linear, and now taking the color to blue, and here I'm also taking the darker shade of blue, moving it here like this. So I think this color is okay to me. Press OK, and I want to take it here, and now I am taking this ellipse tool again like this. I'm just defining a simple ellipse to it like this, and here I'm aligning it to horizontally, and here you want to you can do one thing. Here you can go into the window pathfinder. Where is my pathfinder? My pathfinder is already intact, so I'm going to subtract it by using this subtract tool. Okay, so I want to remove it from here, and I want to place it here, this one, just like this, and here you can just, so it would be look like this after doing this changes. Now we need to work on the light. So to create a light, what I'm going to, I'm taking this ellipse tool, and here I am using the default gradient again, but this time the gradient type is radial. So I want to change the color to whitish gray, just to create an illusion of light. And now I am taking the copy of it at the side, and here I'm going into the effect, stylize, feather, and you can apply it. I want to decrease it to 0.2 inches, and here I want to go into the effect, blur, Gaussian blur, preview it, and 47.5 pixels is the value. So I want to go with this one. I want to place this one over the blur, and here select each and everything together and aligned it. And now I'm grouping it, and creating a copy of this like this, and here with equal spacing, and now I'm dragging it to the lower side just like this. So it would be look like this. Now just make a little angling to these lights, group it together, and press Ctrl C, Ctrl F to place in the same place. And here you can go into the transform, reflect, and reflect vertically. So it would be look like this. Now you can drag it to the right side, press Ctrl G, and now you can take these layers to your background. If you want, you can decrease the size of lights, and now place it in the middle here. Now next thing that remains now, and sorry, now we need to do one more thing, and now we have to work on the text part. So here I am writing the football championship 2018, and now increase it to increase the scale of the font size like this. I want to make it bold like this, and here now just create into outlines, and keep it here, ungroup it, and I want to take this one, group it together, and here I'm using this white color and increase the opacity. Just take this layer and increase the size of football and place it here. If you want, you can go into the effects section, stylize, drop shadow, so it will look like this. Now we need to go into the championship here, and I think I need to reduce the size, group it together to our characters and keep it here in the middle. And now take this one and increase the size. Press Ctrl G to group together and place it above the bar, below the text, like this. So now we need to align everything in a proper way. So, and here if you want to apply a little warp band effect to this football, then you can also do that to make a more edgy look, because right now it's just crossing this, so it will look okay if we'll apply a little warp. Go into the effect, warp, arc, and here I want to use it simply 8%. Before that was selected, go into the effect, warp, arc, and here you can preview it, just a little effect to it, and horizontal should remain off, and it will be look like this. So this is the, now make a little adjustment to text here. So this is our final look of our flyer that we have created. So if you have any question in this regard related to this flyer design or anything else, then you can ask me in the comment section. I will come back to you in another tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to my channel and have a very good day. Bye bye.